Hello everyone and welcome to the Vital Braclet video. This time I'm going to be unboxing and taking a look at the Vital Braclet BE Digivice V, also said as VV or W, but it's actually called the V. And of course this is a continuation of the Vital Braclet Digivice V, but this is the BE version of that. And of course the upgraded form of the Digivice from the Digimon Ghost game anime that's currently airing. So this has the Gammamon DIM with it, which is an updated version of the original Gammamon DIM that features the mega form of Gammamon. So of course, because as of recording this, that episode hasn't aired yet, spoilers for the identity of Gammamon's mega form. And of course, it also comes with the Imperialdramon DIM, which is kind of similar to the trial DIMs that we saw with the original Digivice and, the original Vital Braclet releases, which were the Black Howl and Shadow Roar trial DIMs. This is a simple version of a BE memory, of course, with the Wormmon Adventure Mode unlock. So it has paper, and because the BE memories don't come with a nice kind of like plastic holder, they're just kind of loose, which I'm not a huge fan of. I liked the little holders. I feel like these are just too small, and I just feel like I'm going to lose them. I'll have to keep them in the DIM holsters, but if you don't have a DIM holster, you kind of have to buy one or make one or have somewhere just to store these, because they're kind of small. And that's one of my negatives about the BE release. Interestingly, it doesn't come with a verse memory. This is something I forgot to mention in my 25th anniversary unboxing, that the verse memory is completely absent from this release, which is fine. I never used my verse memory. I'm not sure many people did. It was basically a way that you could battle someone else who had a Vital Braclet, and I never really used it because I don't know anyone else with a Vital Braclet. So yeah, we don't have that cool little case for our DIM cards anymore, which is a shame to me. I like them, I feel like they look good, and this is kind of small, and I'm worried that I'm going to lose it. So let's take a look at this thing. I've got everything from the box. I'll put that away just so I have a bit of space. We have the manual, which I will never read, and of course the charging cable, which is the same as it was for all the Vital Braclet releases, as well as the Tamagotchi Smart releases. So suffice to say, I have a billion of these now. And then of course we have the BE itself, which I will pull from its plastic prison. And we have the Vital Braclet V. We can see that it doesn't have the huge cover that the 25th anniversary has, so it is quite slimmer because it doesn't have this bulky case, which I actually kind of like this case. It does sort of protect the screen because there's like that huge indent there. However, it has the same problem as the Tamagotchi Nanos because it has that sort of shrunken in screen where it just collects dirt and dust. It just sort of gets wedged in between there, so you kind of have to clean it quite often because it collects dirt because there's no cover there. I feel like if I was designing this, I would have like just underneath just a bit of plastic just across that, or glass or something, or not, maybe not glass, maybe like Perspex, just so it's a little bit like not indented, just because it doesn't get dirty underneath there. And in terms of comparing it with the Vital Braclet, this is a Vital Hero, but they're all the same size. It is slightly thinner, but not a whole lot thinner. Like, I'm not noticing any huge improvements in terms of size. Like, there is some, but really it's smaller, but still roughly the same size. So if you didn't like the bulkiness of the original Vital Braclet, this is less bulky, but really it's not too much. There's not too much difference between the two. Like, it's not too much. But what I do like, and I mentioned this in my 25th anniversary video, is that the DIM card slot is now just a bit of rubber that stays in there, so it's a little bit more secure than this plastic bit, which falls out quite often. And it's similar to the charging port, where it's just a bit of rubber that is removed. Now, in terms of the colour of this, it's definitely pink. I wouldn't call it any other colour but pink. It's not the red that it seems to be in the anime. It's kind of like it's deep red in the anime, but on this it is that is definitely pink. In the renders online before it was released, and the announcement pictures and everything, and in the anime itself, it definitely looked red, but this is just straight up pink. Like, there's no other way to call this color. It is pink. And we'll take out the Gamamon dim and see, look, just to compare, this is kind of like an orange, and this is a pink. So you can kind of see that, I guess it's like a cross between like I guess peach, is that like a dark peach color? It's like a orange but also pink. I'm not great with colors, but you get the idea. I don't feel like that's red, which was a lot of people's complaint, was the actual color of the Dual V, because people wanted the Imperialdramon dim BE memory. And the only way to get this was to get a pre-order version of the Dual V. Of course, the Gamamon BE memory is the same as the 25th BE memory, and in terms of they are being sold separately. They have a retail release as well as a bundled-in release. The only one that is not available for retail is this Imperialdramon dim here. So yeah, let's turn this on. Enough faffing about. So now that I've run one before, I know that you can power it on by holding down the bottom button, because it doesn't have a switch like the Vital Hero, Vital Bracelet, and Dual V have. And I actually don't know the time and date, so it is the 18th, I think? I'm going to go with 18th because I can always change it, I guess. And this is American format, so month 1st. I've got to always remember. That's November. Can I go back? It won't let me go back. Yeah, it just doesn't. See, I don't like the fact that it doesn't make you go back, like if you make a mistake. And no, that's not okay. If I say not good, yeah, good. I'm pretty sure. Can I check on this one what the date is? I usually have my Fitbit on, but I've actually taken it off. Okay, there is no date. Yep, that's a shame. Okay, I'm gonna go with it's the 18th. Yeah, that works because a week from now is Christmas Day. Okay, so what is the time? It is 7:45 in the morning. Okay, and now I have to choose a character. Now, this is something I actually skipped past on the 25th anniversary unboxing, so... Okay, it's just 2. I'm gonna go with this one. And he looks pretty happy that I've chosen him. So we start off with our character, which I do like this functionality. It means that you don't really necessarily have to use a DIM or a BE memory. Can we actually do training with it? Yeah, okay. So we can train with it, so I'm fairly certain it just has functionality. We don't have adventure mode with it though. And yeah, so let's load up that Gamamon DIM first. So we insert it, and it's basically the same story as with all the other Vital Bracelet releases. You insert the DIM and then it starts loading. It takes a little bit of time. So while we do that, I can get rid of some of the rubbish that's hanging out in my light box. But yeah, that's definitely a pink, which it looks more red in the anime, of course. Recently, in the last few weeks in the anime, they got upgraded Digivices just in time for Bandai to sell us the Dual V. But yeah, so now we have the Dual V in the anime, but it looks definitely more red in the show, as opposed to yeah, that is. I'm pretty sure there's an exact name for that color, but it's escaping me. It's not. No, it's not pearlescent. That's like a lighter color. There is a color for it, but it's not red. It's a shade of pink. And we can cover that up. I'm a big fan of the fact that those are just like little bits of rubber that just sort of pull out and stay in there. It's a lot harder to lose. So now we get our Gamamon egg hatching. And we get our baby. And something I do like about the BE is you can train it from any age, which makes sense because the evolution requirements from baby 2 to child require you to do squats, which I do love. And I also do love the fact that you can go to status and you can check what your stats are, what requirements you've had at the moment, and what the requirements are and how long until the next evolution stage. So it's got 59 minutes and there's no requirements needed for the next stage. In the same way, if we go to this one to compare, we can see that in 8 hours it'll have the evolution to Blitzgreymon, provided my vitals are 3,500. I've done 15 battles, win rate's 50%, and I've gotten 15 squat points. And currently I haven't done much of that. So I've done no battles and no squats, so I've really got to get a move on if I want to get to Blitzgreymon. He's having a nap at the moment though. But I'll go back to it once I'm done hanging out with my baby. So we can do our training, but there's not much point. Can we do adventure mission as a baby? No. Character, you can just swap between the characters that you have. So it's kind of like storage on the Vital Bracelet. Connect is connecting with the app or with a spot, which the Vital Bracelet characters had no idea what kind of spots they are. So we've got our heart rate checking, we've got our background, which I do like, the custom background. It's a cool feature, but I kind of wish there were more features, more backgrounds rather, for each character, but what can you do? So that's kind of like a skyscape sort of thing. It's different from the Windows 7 default background that we had in the original DIM, which, I mean, I like it that it's different, but I really like that background. So something else you know is that we have the logo here. The regular BE doesn't have a logo, but the dual V does because it does in the anime. The other anime BEs do have a logo there, like the Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, and Tokyo Revengers ones. They also have a logo there. I prefer no logo because it does rub off fairly easily. You can see the DM is kind of still intact, but that's because I've really tried not to have it rub off, and I've only been using this since July or so when the Vital Hero was released. But all the other ones, my Digivice V, completely rubbed off. But after a while, I noticed that the Digivice V's button stopped working, and that's a big problem. I've heard a lot of people have that issue with Digivice V's over time. So I don't use my Digivice V anymore anyway. I'm hoping that the BE doesn't have that same issue. Now, in terms of putting in another BE memory, I'm assuming it automatically goes in the character storage if I insert it. Same with the person character, I guess, which I think it's just called You, which is kind of cool. And again, I like that you don't necessarily have to have a BE memory to play with the Vital Bracelet BE. The previous Vital Bracelets all needed you to have at least one DIM, but this one you just have like a standard You character, which makes sense because the standard versions of the BE, the black one and the white one, they don't come with any DIM cards. So you kind of either have to just have the You character or use a BE memory or a DIM card that you bought in other means. So I kind of like that. It makes it feel more like it could be just a standalone fitness watch. It's obviously got a lot less features in terms of a fitness watch than, say, my Fitbit does. It's not fully waterproof. I think it's just water resistant or splash resistant. There is a certain rating for what it is, but it's definitely not waterproof. Do not take this swimming. But my Fitbit, on the other hand, I can take swimming. So it's still a toy. I'm not going to pretend that it's anything other than just a toy. I like it though. I do like it in terms of it being a toy. But it's kind of like the Fitbit for kids. The Fitbit also released a kids version that was Minion themed. So kids can have smartwatch or fitness watches too, and this is a great cross between a virtual pet and a smartwatch or a fitness watch. But of course, it doesn't have the same functionality. It doesn't have Bluetooth. It uses NFC to transfer the Digimon to the app and back again. And something that makes this watch in general feel more like a fitness-oriented watch is that it does have a history of how many steps you've done, how many exercises you've done. And of course, I'll run through this in my eventual review video. But yeah, so it shows you how many steps, what exercises you did that day for the past 3 days. And I do like that. And I do like the fact that you're not just locked into doing the, like, one mission per day, like, for each type. Like, one set of squats, one set of crunches, one set of punches, one set of dash. You can do unlimited amounts of those, and that makes it feel more like it's a fitness-oriented thing rather than just like a toy with some fitness elements. It's still a toy, but it feels more like a fitness watch. So that's it for the Digivice VV or Dual V. It's canonically Dual V, but I'm gonna keep on saying it VV because I don't know. I just always feel like that's how I've read it. And then as soon as they said it was Dual V, I was like, that's interesting. I'm never going to use that term. But yeah, so super exciting. I'm so glad that the BE finally got released. Of course, if you're wondering where I got this one from Zen and TCG. This video is not sponsored by them, but I thought I'd just give them a shout out and also mention where I got my BEs from. Same with this one. I got this one from Zen and TCG. Of course, you can buy it from Hobbylink Japan you want, or via Japan itself, via a proxy like from Japan, BEE, or White Rabbit, or something along those lines. Of course, I just got mine from Zen and TCG, and again, this video is not sponsored by any of those. I just thought I'd mention them because otherwise, well, people are going to ask anyway where I got them, but I thought I'd help out in terms of if people are still looking for these. So that's it for the Dual V. Again, I will be releasing a 1 week with the Vital Braclet BE in a few days from recording this. So I'll go through all my thoughts about the various features and functionality of the BE in that video. So anything that I've not covered in this video, I'll do in that one, if that makes sense. But in any case, make sure that you comment any questions or anything I didn't cover in this video and let me know in the comment section below. I'll either reply to it directly or I'll answer it in the 1 week with Vital Braclet video. Of course, if the comment sections are disabled, and YouTube has this bug where it likes to disable the comments for my videos, I've contacted support. They say that it's because my videos are in some way inappropriate for minors, which I'm unboxing toys. Okay. Or the fact that they think that I myself am a minor. Thanks for the compliment, but being a minor, being told that you are a minor and being nearly 30 is kind of a little bit weird. But thanks for the compliment, though. So, YouTube, please stop disabling my comments. It's really annoying. If you notice this video does have disabled comments, just throw me just throw me a tweet on Twitter or mention it on the LostinTranslationmon Discord server, and I'll go be furious at YouTube again. It's really annoying. It's also random. They'll disable my comments, I'll re-enable them, and then maybe a few hours later or 5 minutes later, they'll disable them. And it's really random whether or not they will continue to disable my comments for that video. Sometimes they do it once, sometimes they do it 20 times, sometimes they do it 3 months after a video's already been released. It's very annoying. Surely that there's no reason for that because they don't send me a message, they don't tell me that they're disabling my comments. If it was on purpose, I feel like it would say, hey, your video's been deemed as inappropriate, like it does when something's being marked as made for kids. It's very annoying. But anyway, rant over. Comment on this video if you can. Let me know if you can't. Like this video for this adorable little baby. I'm fairly certain the background is the same as the dim for Ancient Warriors. But I guess that makes it more of a trial dim for an older dim, which is interesting. But yeah, so like this video for that. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm still trying to get to 13,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Not looking good, but if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, please do so and tell your friends, tell your enemies. And of course, I will see you on the next video. Bye!